Today in How to Loom Knit, we'll be working on the EWrap stitch. This is lesson 3.4. Welcome to GoodKnit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. Remember that we covered all 4 of the different knit stitches on the previous video, so click down on the link below to understand the properties. In this video, we'll be covering just how to make the stitch. Let's get started on the EWrap stitch. For this video, you're going to need to cast on 22 stitches. I'm going to demonstrate on this loom over here. Go ahead and start casting on. It doesn't matter if you're doing the chain cast on, the double EWrap, or if you do the EWrap flat. Pause your video and meet me back up for working the stitch. The EWrap stitch. Okay, so this one is super easy. You are just simply wrapping around all of the pegs. This is that same stitch that is in lots of manufacturer looms instructions, and they just do that one because it's super simple to teach and easy, and it is worth knowing how to do it. You're just going to take the yarn and go in between the next peg, go in front of the peg you're working on, and then around to the back. Okay, gonna go behind the next peg, go around in front, back in the direction you were, go in between, and then come around. So you've done this before in the cast on. You've made the upside down cursive E, and that's all it is. So you really already knew this one, and you may have already done this before when you got interested in loom knitting. Here's me working from the side. I didn't even talk about this in holding your loom, but a lot of times when I'm E-wrapping, I'm actually working to the side. And then I just hold that last stitch and I knit off, okay? And it locks it in place, and you can continue taking your yarn and letting it go and working on your stitches and knit off. I do have a tip about this though, okay? So this is the easy way to do it, and it holds on to it, okay? However, when you're working back and forth in around and around a circle, which we talk about knitting in the round at another point, what happens is knitting it off at one point here causes a tension issue between the first and last peg, and you can actually get some laddering. So the way to make it really consistent is you can actually just E-wrap maybe a couple at a time and knit off, and then do a few more. So anywhere from like 2 to 4 stitches at a time, and then just keep working on your project and not worrying about having an inconsistent stitch. So you could totally do that if you want. And plus, E-wrap is used in other patterns, and you might do a few knit stitches and then do some other types of stitches. And so you need to know that you can do it 1 at a time, 2 at a time. You don't always have to wrap the entire row all at once. All right, so troubleshooting on the EWrap stitch. Of course, you can come back here and unknit that stitch and undo it, okay? But what happens if you have to redo something and you see that maybe something came off, maybe your stitch came off here? You'll notice when you take it off, there is a twist back here, and you may be putting something back on. So maybe you take this off with scrap yarn, like something on here, and you want to get it back on the loom, and you notice, hey, why is this really loose and these are tighter? Well, that's because there was a twist, and you have to know where it was twisted before. So when this was twisted last time, it was going in this direction here. So what I do is I take my yarn, okay, and then I take my loop, I would take my yarn and make a loop around this direction, okay, just as if I was wrapping in that direction. So I can go this direction, or I can go in this direction. Either way, depending upon the way I was wrapping. So if you remember, we talked about how when you go in one direction, it makes the bump angled one way, and then the other direction can angle it the next way. So you want to remember which way it was going so that when this comes out, it'll look consistent, okay? So if I was E-wrapping like this, then the right part of this peg is going to need to come around first. So wrapping like that. Oh, yeah, like that. Anyway, so then you get your twist, and you're good to go, and you can continue working on your loom. Well, that was much faster, wasn't it? Well, this one's also going to get really big. This is going to be about an 8x8 sample. So for your homework on the EWrap, which should be no problem and lightning fast, This is going to be 32 rows. So knit 32 rows, go ahead and put in your scrap yarn, and you know the drill. We'll see you for the next video. Our next video is working on the purl stitch, and we'll do a similar small sample, and then after that we'll learn how to bind off, and you'll be doing these over and over again until you get really good and comfortable with it. All right, you know the drill. Be sure and click for the next video link in the description and subscribe for notifications for new lessons. We also have more, again, on our website if you missed something. I can't wait to see you next time. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.